Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do your reading under the influence of the full moon in Scorpio at the same time that Uranus, is moving into Gemini at 0 degrees. This is the first ingress into Gemini for over 7 years. It may have jumped in there a little bit last year. But these two planetary energies are actually posing something of a inconjunct, or it's a kind of relationship in which there is a genius, playful, creative, or imaginative way of solving an unusual problem. So that is hopeful, and it's also tied up to the way that we communicate or share information with others. In particular, for you, it's with a significant other. This can be a partner, a child, a business partner, a lover, a family member, a friend, certainly. So we're starting off with the wild unknown archetype, and I'm going to read the Apocalypsis, which is number 74, if that's important to anyone. It's also reduces down to number 11, which is the Strength card in many decks these days. It can be the Justice card. It depends on the deck. Another name for this card is removing the veil of deception. Apocalypsis indicates a painful time when two different dynamics occur at the same time, pulling the psyche in what seems to be opposite directions. The first part is the lifting of the veil. Truths that have been kept in the dark are revealed, seen, and unearthed, no matter how relieving it is. An element of despair and grief follows. The second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. The old narrative breaks, a new story forms, similar to a forest fire. Devastation for the sake of regeneration. The veil lifts and we see who and what has been hiding. From the nakedness of the truth, a new child is born. Have faith in the process. Hold on to your center. So this is pretty dramatic, and considering that it is affecting your opposite house, there's the house of self and there's the house of significant others. I think this can be quite dramatic with regards to a specific relationship. This relationship doesn't have to be with an individual. It could be with a group of individuals, it can be with an organization or a project, an opportunity. And then the balance card shows up. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. This is a little bit shifting to the place where I think we're looking at the idea of justice, right? If we're seeing something we haven't been aware of, there is a desire to remediate it in some way, to make adjustments, to now count in this new experience, this new realization, this new truth. And truth can lead us to our justice. What is actually fair? What is equitable in a situation for us? So this applies to whatever area for you it is relevant to. So in the present, I have 3 cards here, and the 9 of Swords indicates a great deal of suffering that you have accumulated as the result of not understanding or not knowing this truth, it having been information that was hidden from you. The Queen of Cups is about this courage, the wisdom, the vulnerability that you're showing in accepting, seeing the truth, seeing a truth that may have been with you for a period of time, but that you were unwilling or unable to see. and the Two of Pentacles. As a result of this grave injustice, this pain, this suffering, there are options available to you, and you're considering those. In other words, the past lent you in one direction, perhaps when you weren't aware of this truth, this something that you're now able to see clearly. You had one set of behaviors, patterns, or thoughts, practical thoughts, and now with the revelation of this truth, you may be led to new activities, new process, new resources, or a sense of your reality that is different now. So you're actually weighing those up, looking at how this moment of change is modifying really your present sense of who you are, because the focus here is on the moment of the truth being revealed and your considerations as a result of that. In the past, the Two of Wands. You've already been, for many of you Taurians, in a place of feeling like you were in a comfortable groove. Your routines, habits, concerns, activities were laid out for you almost on the daily. Um, with some variety, absolutely, but you had a fairly orchestrated routine and procedure to your lifestyle that had grown a little dull, that has grown a little routine, a little boring, a little, I need to shake things up a bit. And believe me, the opportunity is coming. And in the future, the Strength card. This is really beautiful because I believe that this card was hinted at, as well as the Justice card. The Justice and Strength are always interchangeable to me for reasons I've explained before. But this is really about your following your heart, following the passion of your heart in what you have already done and invested in. So it's not as though your life was a lie. This activity was a lie. Your relationship was a lie. That's not what this is about. It's about having the courage, because you have followed a fairly clear set of principles. You believe in love. You believe in the truth. You believe in justice and fairness, and that has guided you. And so adhering to that principle, recognizing that these are energies within yourself that you are reorchestrating, readjusting to in a way. It's not minimizing the passion with which you give of yourself to others. It's not minimizing your sense of making a contribution to the world at all. You still support those in your inner and external circle that are trying to do what's right. And if this is resonating for you, Taurus, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I thank you all for the support that you give me. And I'm going to clarify the Two of Wands in the past. There's the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. For the present, we have the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. And for the Strength card, we have the Three of Swords and the King of Wands. Great. Okay. I can already see this kind of back and forth thing going on, a way in which I believe, Taurus, you are individuating from a very close family or community that you've been aligned with for a while. And it isn't as if you're leaving them. You're breaking free. You're focusing on your needs. So here we have in the past, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles is about precisely that. As you've considered this rather routine, rather dull, habit of a lifestyle that you have endured, not without success, not without comfort, but that you know you can do more, has really opened up a number of options that you've already been moving on. And this can be some of the small ways in which you have enjoyed your life or would like to improve your life: better eating, an exercise program, casting about at some neglected friendships, or looking at activities that bring you joy, perhaps learning about something, taking a class, something that is giving you a clue as to what gives you pleasure, the places where you're invited into, where you gain attention, the kind of attention that validates who you are and what you can do. The Nine of Pentacles indicates that this is a necessary component for all people, this place of independence, and you are independent. You are hardworking. What you have is what you've created and what you've built on your own. So the sense of independence has become in part, the goal of your efforts to date. The ability to enjoy your own garden, to cultivate your own interests, talents, skills, and friendships. And that gives you the place of integrity where you are in the best place to determine what's best for you, what is right for you. In the present, the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. This is beautiful. You have gained the curiosity necessary to be able to assess the many skills and competencies that you have. As a hard worker, as one who is not afraid of responsibility, one who takes pride in providing for self and others, you are bringing a curious attitude towards this idea that something that was unknown to you is shaking up your world. And in fact, you recognize it's giving you more options. It's enhancing the options you see. It's allowing you to look back on what you have rather than what you want outside of yourself. And this is beautiful because it is helping to strike the balance between you and others, particularly significant others, children, spouses, friends, parents. So these relationships are ones that you actually bring a lot to, but how you make that contribution, how you balance those relationships, in part, is the ability to control your own emotions. So it's not being controlled, it's not controlling others. And this feels like a powerful dynamic in your significant relationships. Almost like a fight for who's the one who's going to control the relationship or the goals of the relationship. So I'm already sensing another strong partner or other strong relationships. And yet there's a part of you that is already understanding, as a result of this truth that you are now seeing visibly, clearly, that things were not as you thought they were. And if this is true, then what else is true about the possibilities in your life? What else have you been blocking out or limiting because you thought things were this way? And now that you see things in a different way, what does that open up for you? So this means that you have the power to determine the response to this truth, no matter how painful it is. This is either a moment for you to grow or a moment for you to stay closed down or rigid. And I think you know what the answer is. The Strength card in the future is clarified by the Three of Swords and the King of Wands. Yeah, you see the patterns. This this experience has really helped you to clearly see the patterns that you have been choosing over and over again. That this is not about blaming others, because we all have our stories of betrayal, hurt, loss, heartbreak. But where were you in all of this? That's the question you're now taking responsibility for. You were there. You're the common thread. And so with that knowledge now, you're taking a whole different approach. You're not holding back. You're allowing yourself to pursue what it is you want, because you know you're willing to do the work. You already have done the work. You've already accumulated 9/10 of the skills necessary to do this to follow this particular heart's desire. And as a result of that, you're stepping out in the leadership of yourself. You're not intending to lead the crowd. You're not intending to show other people the way. But inadvertently, that is what you do. You're modeling this. Your own choices impact others. They're watching you. They're inspired by you. They're motivated by you. I'm going to finish this reading with a flower oracle. And this feels really good to me. I'm loving this energy for you. Why am I struggling so hard? The foxglove, the key word is confidence. Be what you want to see. Thank you so much, Taurus, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.